This is Mungo Dark Matter, and welcome to Dark Matters. Today on Dark Matters, I'm going to discuss power outages and emergency power. Reason I picked this topic today is because today is Sunday, and last Friday night, a string of thunderstorms 600 miles long with 80 miles an hour gusts came through the area and knocked down trees and branches and power lines and disrupted the power for millions of people. Now, as I mentioned, today is Sunday, and I still don't have power in my house, and a lot of people still don't have power. Some power companies in the region estimated it may take as much as a week to get the power back. Now, generally, the power goes out, it's going to be back on in a couple hours or a day at the most. But the longer that lasts, the more likely you are to need a source of emergency power. Now, you got to be careful, because some sources of emergency power are more dangerous than others. And of course, you've always got to be careful when you're dealing with power, because if there's enough power there, you could get a shock or electrocuted. But one of the biggest problems with some emergency power sources is you can get carbon monoxide poisoning. A lot of people rushed out the first day of the blackout when they found out it was going to last a while, went down to the hardware store and bought gas generators. Problem with gas generators is they generate also carbon monoxide as they're burning the fuel, and you cannot put those in your house or even in your garage. Otherwise, you run the risk of getting carbon monoxide poisoning. And even placing it outside your house in some areas may cause carbon monoxide to go into your house. So you've got to be very, very, very careful about that. Make sure you follow the instructions. Another thing is that some people actually have generators that will kick in and take over if there's power and just run right through their house wiring. You gotta make sure you get a professional to take care of that as well, because there are dangers if you wire that up wrong, particularly if you have the generator on and the power comes back on. If it's not wired by a professional correctly, various bad things can happen. Another power source that you can get are these kind of battery packs, and some of them are made to like jumpstart cars. You've probably seen them, but some of them they make with a little extra stuff in them, so you not only can jump your car, but there's a power inverter in it, and the power inverter changes the 12 volts of the battery into 120 volts that a house would put out from any of its sockets. There are a few problems with these battery packs as well. Some of the battery packs are actually made like for people who use power tools that aren't rechargeable and they may need a power source. They can use these battery packs too. They're pretty big. They're you know, the size of a small suitcase or something like that. Anyway, the problem with these battery packs is you need to follow the instructions. Some of them you need to make sure you keep them charged, and if you let them run down, that can actually wear out the battery faster or totally wear out the battery. The batteries are only going to last a few years in the battery packs before you need to replace either batteries or the battery packs themselves as well. So keep that in mind. Good thing about the battery packs is you can buy one probably for about $50 to $100 depending on the battery pack, and you will have like an outlet where you can plug something into inside, and you don't have to worry about carbon monoxide poisoning. Bad thing is you have to charge it up, and if the power outage goes on for too long, the battery's going to wear down and you're going to be in the same situation without power. Now, a lot of people have a power source that they're not even aware of or they don't think about, and it would be their automobile. Automobile actually has a built-in generator, and you also have sockets for the car lighter where you can plug in various accessories. Like, for instance, one thing that you need during a power outage might be your cell phone, and as you're using your cell phone, the battery's wearing down on that. Well, you can recharge it if you have a car charger. You can also buy a power inverter for your car that you plug into the cigarette lighter outlet, and it will convert the 12 volts into 120 volts that you would have in a house, and you can plug things into that. Once again, you got to be careful with a car, because carbon monoxide comes out of the car. So don't pull your car into the garage, turn it on, plug a power inverter in it, and take an extension cord and put it into your house, because that carbon monoxide, if it's in your garage, it can get into your house as well. So you've got to be careful with carbon monoxide as well with your car. Right now I'm in my car because I have no electricity at home, and there's not only is there a power outage now, but there's a heat wave, so it's very hot outside. And I actually have air conditioning in here. I have a radio in here. I could charge my cell phone in here if I wanted to, if I had a cell phone charger. Unfortunately, I don't have a car charger for my cell phone. And all the previous cell phones I've had a car charger for them. And I put off buying one for this one, and now I actually need it. So you've got to kind of keep up on emergency things and make sure you have, you know, chargers for your cell phone, because a lot of people change their cell phone like every 18 months or 2 years. So keep up on those chargers. Anyway, I am Mungo Dark Matter, and this has been Dark Matters. And whatever you do, enjoy technology, and I hope you have power.
What you want, what you want. Come on. What you want, what you want. Come on. What you want. Come on.